My name is Akinmejiwa Oluyemi on the assignment 2 given to us. What are the critical factors I will consider when engaging the three-way relationship that is the teacher, the curriculum, and the student in planning and teaching session? The factors that I will consider are as follows. Number one, I will need to know my students, who they are. I need to know their ability levels, their backgrounds, their interest level, their attention spans, their ability to work in groups, their prior knowledge and learning experiences, their special needs, and their learning preferences. Also, I need to ensure I know the content that I want to teach, that is the subject matter that I will teach. I also utilize the curriculum guides. The curriculum guides. I need to get to it and know it. Also, I will also ensure that I know the materials that are available to me for me to teach for success. That is, I take an inventory of all the materials and all the materials and those that are available. The factors I consider when planning, I need to consider the factors when planning for instruction. That is, what are the factors I need to consider when planning for instruction? Number one is about the content. I need to list the important facts, the key concepts, the skills that I will use, the key vocabulary terms that I intend to cover. I also prepare an outline with key learning outcomes. Also, number two, the goals. I ensure that I identify the aims and outcomes that I want my student to achieve as a result of the lesson I plan to teach, because I believe that goals are end products and are sometimes brand in nature, and also goals diversity relate directly to the knowledge and skills that are identified in the content. Also, the objectives of the lesson. I identify the objective that I hope my student will achieve in the task that I will engage them in their learning process, because objectives and behavioral in nature, are specific to performance. Curriculum. Curriculum is the planned interaction of pupils with instructional content, materials, resources, and process for evaluating the attainment of educational objectives. I need to consider the content, as I said, of the courses, that is the syllabus, the method that we employ, the strategies that we use, and other aspects like the norms and values which relate to the way the school is organized. I will consider reinforcing the existing social inequalities by educating the students according to their class and social status. I will also consider the distribution of knowledge among my students. I will consider how to promote the acceptance of a social destiny without promoting rational and reflective consideration. As a teacher, I will illustrate the role that school plays in socializing as a teacher. Whatever kind of curriculum that is adopted in my school, I consider the needs of the students, the school content, and the statutory and the syllabus requirements. I ensure that the curriculum reflects the models of instructional delivery and the psychological classification of the learning theories. I will consider the social success by the amount owned type of cultural capital inherited from the family's inheritance. As a teacher, I will always looking for ways to make what my students do more effective and efficient. That is, I lay emphasis on efficiency because I believe is a measure of what is obtained, that is the results, in relation to what was expended, that is revised. Also, effectiveness is very, very important because it's a bit more elusive. To be sure, effectiveness is anything, including teaching. As a teacher, my necessity is to understand the fundamental principles and the assumptions upon which the certificate is based. I consider student to student interaction, student to teacher interaction, because as a teacher, I foster the ability of my students to engage in strategic learning. As a teacher, I consider myself as a thinker and decision maker. I consider myself as the processes of a rich knowledge base, as a modeler and a mediator of instruction. As a teacher, I consider variables of instruction because these are factors that targeted teachers consider in order to develop instructions. The variables are characteristics of the learner, the materials to be learned, that is the curriculum content, the critical task, that is the goals and the outcomes of the teacher, and the learning designatory. Also the learning strategies, that is the goals directed and activities in which learners engage. Also, I consider the thinking skills because there are such practical matters as how best to present a lesson on whether teaching map or glove skills because it helps my students to work together in groups, how to question effectively, and how to answer student questions. I consider whether the curriculum engages the students. I consider this question. Also, I ask myself this question: do students invest the concept, understand the concept? Do students understand the concept of the engagement in the learning process? Do I assume that students understand the engagement? Do I cultivate any engaging learning outcomes? Because as a teacher and the ambassador to the kingdom of those learners, so I need to put all things in place. I believe with all this, I've satisfied the question being asked. What are the critical factors? When engaging, I consider when engaging the three-way relationship, the curriculum, the teacher, and the student in planning and teaching sessions. Thank you.